Today we got two powerful street-level heroes going head-to-head. Cyclops versus Ninjak. Who's coming on top? Let's find out. The first X-Man. Scott Summers possesses the mutant ability to draw ambient energy from another dimension through his eyes, which actually portals to the dimension. He usually channels his energy into concussive force blast. He is visually distinctive for his ruby quartz visor he wears to control his devastating power. A born leader, Cyclops succeeded his mentor Professor X to command the X-Men. Like I said, Scott has the mutant ability to project powerful beams of force from his eyes, which are also operate as extra-dimensional openings to a source of pure energy. Cyclops' mind generates a sonic field that is attuned to the same forces that maintain the openings. This field envelops his whole body, protecting him from his own power. The will of his blasts are controlled by his mind's sonic field. As he concentrates, he can control the flow of energy and the power of the beam. The maximum power of Cyclops' blast is really unknown, but it's been commonly described to punch holes through mountains. It will rupture through steel plates, demolish tanks, temporarily hold back the Juggernaut, and destroy sentinels. Cyclops also possesses an uncanny talent for spatial geometry, which allows him to see all angles all around him and ricochets optic blast off of objects. He's honed this ability throughout the years, and is easily able to hit multiple targets at the same time. As a member of the X-Men, Scott has undergone extensive combat training, especially proficient in Judo and Aikido. He's also the X-Men's leader and chief strategist. It's been remarked the less time that Scott has to think about a situation, the better it tends to be. So, as we got one corner, the leader of the X-Men, Cyclops. But, entering the ring, at the corner, the ninja from the Valiant Universe, Ninjak. The man known as Colin King, codenamed Ninjak, is one of the United Kingdom's best intelligence operatives, one of the world's deadliest men. Due to deep personal tragedies and childhood trauma, Colin's mysterious past and personal life is a well-guarded secret, only known by a select few. Ninjak is an Olympic-level athlete, and is in prime physical condition. He's strong enough to cut through metal, and is durable to take massive explosions, take strikes from superhuman opponents, and just shrug them off. Ninjak is fast and agile enough to dodge bullets, even deflect them with his sword, and stab someone or break their neck before they could even react. Colin has trained himself to a unique ability to absorb poison into his body, heal himself, and has incredible longevity. In fact, it's been foretold that Ninjak's death will be hundreds of years in the future. Ninjak is also considered to be one of the most skilled and dangerous men on the planet. He's an excellent martial artist with extensive knowledge, able to kill a man with one strike, and even engage superhuman opponents like Exo-Man of War. Ninjak wears a hex-weave suit that's both bulletproof and fireproof, and smart boots and gloves which allow him to stick to any surface and run up walls or the ceiling. His suit also has a built-in scanner which provides him information like a person's name, combat training, weapons, whether or not they have any powers. Ninjak always has an abundance of shurikens, which vary from standard, explosive, flashbang, tranquilizers, shurikens that entrap and cut foes with monomolecular thread, and even shurikens that spit out smaller blades that target and kill opponents. Ninjak is incredibly accurate. He's capable of throwing many of them all at the same time in order to kill multiple targets. He also has two katanas that he's extremely skilled with. The katana is made out of a tri-silk alloy super metal that is incredibly tough, tougher than steel, and the blades are also unique in that they sport a unique vibration frequency that continually sharpens the blades and makes them a lot stronger. The swords can be coated in various chemicals, and also sports a high impact taser on the hilt of the sword. So, who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now, Ninjak is basically the Batman, the Daredevil of the Valiant Universe. Basically one of the best street-level heroes in all of comics, and is incredibly dangerous and deadly. So today, we're putting that theory to the test, throwing up against one of the kings of the street level, Cyclops, the leader of the X-Men. Who's come out on top here? Well, let's break it down. And first things first, take a look at strength and physicality. While Ninjak is strong to punch through metal armor, destroy drones and robots with his kicks and punches, and destroy Ninja H's metal arm with a strike. And all this metal is either incredibly strong or actually made from materials more advanced than what is found on the Earth. He's even swung his katana so hard that it shattered. And Ninjak's sword is made of an incredibly strong metal as well, being a tri-silk alloy super metal tougher than steel. Ninjak is also more durable, and it really all comes down to his armor. It's made out of meta materials, hex-weave bulletproof fabrics with anti-ballistic polymer, titanium impact-resistant cage. With this armor, King is allowed to attack some superhumans, withstood explosions that are previously destroying cars, and even after taking a barrage of submachine gun fire at point-blank range directly on his back, he only suffered a few cracked ribs. In fact, he's been smashed down to the ground directly on his spine by Malcolm, someone who can walk through 6 feet of the strongest walls known to man like they're paper, so was a quarter-mile of bedrock, and got back up on his feet a few minutes later. Ninjak even has a healing factor, so he can control himself down to the cellular level and speed up the healing process, even healing from a broken back. But it still takes a little while. It's nothing like Wolverine and Deadpool's. Like it took Ninjak 3 days to heal from multiple broken ribs and sword slashes. Finally, Ninjak is also the faster one out of the two. He has regularly able to dodge bullets, even dodging gunfire at point-blank range with his hands still tied up behind his back. And he's also able to dodge laser fire from multiple drones coming at him at the same time. King is so fast, in fact, he's able to deflect bullets on several occasions, even shots fired from high-powered rifles. Ninjak is also able to attack superhumanly fast, taking down multiple men before they could even react, able to take down opponents who were expecting him or blitz other highly trained fighters. However, to his credit, Scott does have some impressive speed feats. He's disarmed and beat up a gunman before the shooter could get a shot off. He's casually able to just flip around and dodge attacks. He's even very skilled at incorporating his optic blast in time with jumps and agility feats. And speaking of his optic blast, they're gonna kind of be a key to this fight right here. Because a lot of Scott's powers don't come from his physicality, even though he does have the physicality of an Olympic level athlete. No, it comes from his blast. And his blast had blasted straight through sentinels, ripped apart buildings and carved paths into mountains. He's even injured Onslaught and peeled the skin off of World War Hulk. Scott's blasts also aren't heat-based, but they're just concussive force blast. They pack so much force behind them that they knocked Mjolnir out of Thor's hand, even powerful to injure Dormammu. However, Cyclops isn't always operating at that insane power level, especially when he's fighting against just a normal human, like he's doing right here. But that's okay, because he's shown remarkable ability and control over his powers throughout the years. He's able to melt ice off of Angel's wings without harming Angel. During a training exercise, he tagged the beast with enough force to knock him over but not hurt him, and is able to shoot a tiny hole straight through Blob. So basically what I'm trying to say is that Scott definitely has the ability to fine-tune his optic blast, where they injure Ninjak and knock him out, but not outright kill him. Also got enough force and power to the point where it'll just take one blast in order to do so. Cyclops' optic blast has even been stated to go at light speed on multiple occasions. Only catch, Scott himself doesn't move at light speed, and the servers in his visor move much slower. People can aim dodge him, done so multiple times in the past, just by trying to guess the trajectory of the blast. But again, that's okay, because Cyclops is insanely accurate, has complete spatial awareness, and is a master of the ricochet. Even arguably better at it than Captain America himself. He's able to take down a room full of guards with just one blast, take down multiple missiles in quick succession, destroy all the Murder World cars with just one shot. He's even routinely used his accuracy to take down opponents from behind while in close quarters combat. But don't count Ninjak out just yet. So Ninjak is actually an interesting fighter when it comes to skill and martial arts ability. For starters, he has been expertly trained in the use of every weapon and fighting discipline on Earth, mastering countless forms of armed and armed martial arts styles. But Ninjak has actually consistently been able to beat supposed masters of martial arts throughout his time in comics. It's actually a running theme for him. That's actually because he kind of transcends the typical martial arts master mentality, thanks to having received special magical training. This is from having met and trained under the undead monk, who isn't able to teach him anything about conventional martial arts. But over the course of a 1 year meditation, he's able to telepathically communicate all that he has to offer. Ninjak actually became one of the 7 most dangerous students of the undead monk, being a part of the Shadow 7. Actually will tear through and kill 30 plus lesser students of the undead monk. Then by no means does Ninjak just rely on his skill alone in a fight, as he's constantly bringing in massive array of gear and weapons into battle with him, with most of these weapons being hidden until he pulls them out, using them to quickly put his enemy down. For starters, Ninjak's swords have kind of super metal, have built-in tasers in the hilt, and can vibrate at supersonic frequency in order to increase their strength and cutting power. Ninjak also always carries on a wide array of shurikens, which are basically his version of batarangs. These come from flashbang, tranquilizers, heat-seeking, smoke explosive, and stun shurikens. His gauntlets have an integrated knockout gas, retractable palm spike, and even chemical weapons to poison people. And his boots have a retractable blade coated in lethal poison as well. He'll even use sonic grenades and sonic weapons as well. Ninjak also isn't at all afraid to kill, or at least severely maim his opponents. So Cyclops might not be walking out of this fight alive. So yeah, if Cyclops had more raw power than Colin, then Ninjak definitely has more skill than Scott. But the problem for Ninjak here is that Cyclops so often fights in close quarters with his optic blast, not just his hand-to-hand skill. So it's going to be fighting in a way that Ninjak isn't particularly used to or comfortable with. And this style of fighting has allowed him to hold his own and even beat Wolverine. So arguably could do the same here with Ninjak. On top of all that, Cyclops is kind of the master planner, like they were Batman or Captain America when it comes to tactical planning and intelligence. Scott is an expert analyzing his opponents and planning out the best course of action. He's constantly predicting how his opponents will change their tactics so they can remain one step ahead. And when the X-Men are dealing with a rampaging and overpowered Juggernaut, Cyclops scoffed at the idea of calling his second plan Plan B, because it implied only 26 plans on how to beat Marco. So with all that being said, who's coming out on top here? Well, Ninjak is a very, very tough opponent. Is the better and more skilled fighter, and his armor and durability should take some optic blasts from Cyclops, or at least some preliminary blasts that Scott gauges how tough he is. However, with that being said, I find it hard to argue that Ninjak will consistently overcome Cyclops' blast. Because for as skilled as Ninjak is, for as fast and agile as Ninjak is, he's going to get tagged here in the fight. Cyclops is just that good, and Ninjak has no way to block the incoming attack. He can only hope to dodge it, and that's not going to consistently happen. And those blasts are so powerful that one or two can instantly turn the tide in Cyclops' favor. Scott is also a skilled enough fighter and tactically intelligent enough to hang in a fight until the time where Optic Blast land and take Ninjak out. So yeah, I'm going with Cyclops here. Cyclops wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Sign off in the comments down below. Also, be sure that like button, subscribe button, turn notifications from the DanCo army, and I will see you all next time.